year's recipient is humble, tenacious, community-focused, and a true entrepreneur through and through. It started in Sheldon, Iowa, where his parents began their young life together in the 30s during the confines of the Great Depression. This was a new time. Roads were improving, vehicles were improving, and America was on the move. This is why his parents had their eye on a growing industry, the motel boom. Growing up with parents that owned a motel meant that you had to learn a lot of new skills at a very young age, recalling that you had to roll up your sleeves and learn to do it all. And a few of those memories include operating the plug-in switchboards, installing many air conditioners, coordinating the pay radio, then paid TV, keeping up on laundry, reservations, you name it. Upon graduating from Sheldon High School in 1963, he was off to the North Country to attend college at Bemidji State University, with his sights set on a business management and business education degree. During his time at BSU, he stayed very active on campus and participated in the a cappella choir and chamber singers programs. He also had his sights set on a beautiful choir colleague named Joyce Thompson from Warroad, Minnesota. After college graduation, Rich and Joyce moved to Michigan to embark on a new life and new careers. Joyce, elementary teacher, and Rich, a high school business teacher. Little did they know, they would someday return to Bemidji. And that someday would come soon, when they got a call from the previous owner of the Edgewater Motel. With the draw of the outdoors, the fishing, skiing, and growing haven for tourism, it was a pretty easy decision to make. It was 1971, and Rich and Joyce owned the two combined motels, the Lakeside and the Edgewater, which was then Edgewater Motel, and lived in the living quarters, working to make their new business a success. They soon grew out of their motel space and started a family of their own. Mindy, born in 1975, and Christopher, born in 1981. When asked what motivated Rich in the early stages of business, he said, "Really, it came down to anything you can make a buck with." During the same time frame, Rich began on a journey that would grow his business profile in Bemidji. In 1979, he purchased Nordheim Apartments. Then, in the early 80s, the popular coffee shop, the Mug and Muffin. Then, the Lakewood Office Plaza. In 1985, he went into the dry cleaning business. In 1988, he purchased the Bunyan Motel, which was located between the Lakewood and the Edgewater motels. To which he replied, "This brought us all the way to Nymore Beach." It didn't stop there. In the late 90s, he and a business partner built a country inn and suites in Proctor, Minnesota, near Duluth. Then in 2004, he changed the presentation of our South Shore to something truly grand by closing the Edgewater and constructing the Hampton, Green Mill, and South Shore Convention Center. This is how we see it today. In 2010, he built the 1,500 Place Plaza and opened Erbert and Gerbert's. And finally, in 2015, he purchased additional land and expanded further to add the DoubleTree. So if you've lost track, let's recap. Edgewater Motel, Nordheim Apartments, Mug and Muffin, Lakewood Plaza, Country Inn and Suites near Duluth, Bemidji Cleaners, Paul Bunyan Motel, Hampton Inn, Green Mill, South Shore Convention Center, 1,500 Place Plaza along with Erbert and Gerbert's, Dress Club Cleaners downtown, and DoubleTree. In addition to being a successful businessman, Rich was recognized for many years giving back to the community during the Business Gives program through the Chamber, and is recognized for his engagement and leadership. This includes 30 years as a board member and past president of the Minnesota Motel Association, then Minnesota Innkeepers Association. Also, he is involved in our local Bemidji Innkeepers Association. Rich was past board chair of the Bemidji Area Chamber of Commerce, served on the First Lutheran Church Board, founding board, and past president of the Bemidji Visitors and Convention Bureau, which is known as Visit Bemidji today. He is also involved in Bemidji Lions as a past president and among many other service and leadership positions. All of these examples exemplify why Rich was also awarded the Bemidji State University Alumni Service Award in 2015. Not only did Rich achieve his goal of developing something truly special on Bemidji's South Shore, but his vision for hospitality has brought tourism to new levels in our community today. He is still very active in advocating for the Paul Bunyan Expressway legislative work, a project to make transportation easier to our region. Now, as we gather to celebrate the many businesses that exhibit Rich's touch within Bemidji, and for the appreciation of creating something truly magnificent on the South Shores of Lake Bemidji, let's celebrate a loyal, dedicated pillar of our community. The Bemidji Area Chamber of Commerce is excited to present this year's prestigious Charlie Naylor Lifetime Achievement Award to Rich Siegert, humble, determined, entrepreneurial community leader.